Welcome back, viewers at home. We're about to discuss quite a very informative and quite important conversation, and I think this is all around the mission and impact of Lens of Hope, as well as the significance of World Sight Day in bringing attention to the need for improved eye care access worldwide. And the most beautiful thing is the fact that there is a partnership between Lens of Hope and that of an optometry, which is Mood Eyewear. And the guest that's joining me tonight is Athi-Zilungile Adonis, who is the founder and director of Lens of Hope South Africa, and Prianka Cuppusamy, CEO and founder of Mood Eyewear. Good evening, ladies, and thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Hi, thank you so much for having us. It's an absolute honor to be on this platform.
Now, to
Good evening.
Now, to
Thank
start
you
our
for having us.
conversation, I would like to, present my first question to you, Ati. And if you can just take us through, the inspiration behind really forming Lens of Hope.
Okay, so the idea of Lens of Hope came from, quite a personal experience. And it all started when I needed my first pair of glasses. And before I knew that I needed glasses, I went through a very short period where I was suffering from constant migraines. My eyes would swell, they would itch, and it was just very discomfortable and painful in general. And as a result, I was struggling to focus in class, to do my schoolwork, and to complete my assignments. But then I was fortunate enough to have access to healthcare, and I managed to, book an appointment with my optometrist. But it was during that appointment where I was aware of how expensive eye care is. And then it hit me that eye care is inaccessible to many South Africans because a huge population lives in poverty, unemployment rate is very high. So I was just like, how do people afford this? And it was just something that, the thought just stayed with me. And I just thought about myself and how my life would be if I didn't have access to glasses. And that period where I didn't have glasses was so short. And I started thinking about people who go for months and years who need glasses, who can't, who don't have them. And I knew that I needed to do something, but I didn't really know what until I had to renew my prescription. And I had my new glasses, I had my old glasses, and I was like, what do I do with the old glasses?
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that, maybe a lot of other people have the same dilemma. They have, glasses that are perfect, they're good, but they can't be used. So then that's when I was like, what if we refurbish old glasses and we use them, for we donate them to other people, fit them with a new lens, and by that we reduce the cost of glasses and we cut down on waste. And that's when I started Lens of Hope, and that an organization that bridges the gap in access in eye care in South Africa. And yeah.
I'm loving this because Ati, I'm someone who has quite a number of frames, and I'm just like, what do I do? Do I wear them again, or can I give them to someone? And how do I even approach that particular someone? And I'm just glad the fact that Lens of Hope exists for us to really give, our frames that we do not want to use anymore because there's something that is quite in fashion that we're so, inclined or more taking a like into. And I think my next question, I want to just direct it straight to you, Priyanka, in terms of as an optometrist, what drew you to, the work of or joining in and working alongside with Lens of Hope, and how exactly do you complement their work?
So at Muda, we're optometrists. We truly believe that clear vision opens doors to education, to employment, to empowerment. And it's always been a dream of mine to be part of an organization that actively gives back to the community.
Yeah.
So, we're not only focused on providing excellent eye care and quality eyewear, but also transforming lives through vision, through social impact, and empowerment itself. So when Lens of Hope South Africa approached me, their mission aligned perfectly with ours. And, it felt like a meaningful opportunity to serve the community and make eye care accessible and affordable to those most in need. So we were thrilled. to be a part of this initiative.
Wow, this is quite beautiful to hear. I'm loving this. I'm truly, truly loving the beautiful work that you ladies are doing. But coming back to you, Ati, what would you or how would you describe some of the challenges that you do encounter? Because we know that in the space of NGO, nonprofit work, there is so much challenges around funding, getting resources, or just mobilizing some of those resources. To you and Lens of Hope of South Africa, what would you say are some of the challenges and how do you go about addressing them?
Yeah, so as you said, funding is a challenge. And, one of the biggest, challenges in iCare is that it's unaffordable for a lot of South Africans.
Mm,
And I'm sure you guys have seen we received a whole lot of donations for frames, and we are so grateful and thankful for that. They're making such a huge difference. But at the
mm,
same time, the cost of, the lenses and the eye tests are still high. And the whole point of Lens of Hope is to provide those to people for free, is to provide it. There are some people, I've been approached by some people saying that I can afford a fraction of the cost,
mm,
and we subsidized that cost as well. So funding is a problem, and we heavily rely on partnerships and sponsorships and money donations to make every pair of glasses possible. And sustaining that support is something that also takes quite a lot of effort, and even building those relationships and partnerships is also a bit of a struggle. And yeah, another challenge is reaching people in remote and under resourced communities where they're isolated, they are not optometrists nearby, and it's difficult to reach those areas. And the one way we're looking onto resolving that is the goal is for us to have a mobile eye clinic. So it will be mobile, everything is in there, and we can literally go directly to the communities and just take eye care directly to those communities in need.
hmm. And to you, Priyanka, my next question is, as someone who's been, in the eye care industry, I want to find out from you in terms of what would you say are some of the common challenges facing or faced by patients who come in to seek, access to eye care, and how exactly do you navigate some of those challenges?
So I think to overcome these challenges with Lens of Hope, collaboration is key. Through our partnership with Lens of Hope South Africa and Mood Eyewear Optometrists, we're able to work with suppliers, with sponsors, and to make eye care resources more
Mm,
accessible. For communities that are difficult to reach, I think developing the mobile clinic would be an incredible step forward. This will allow us to bring eye care services directly to schools and under-resourced communities. And that will ensure that everyone has a chance to see clearly and improve their quality of life. So even at Mood Eyewear Optometrist, our goal is to provide accessible and affordable eye care through discounted eye tests and value for money package deals. So, you know, other than this initiative, we are very strong on our making things more accessible and affordable to the general public as well.
Amazing. And Ati, just coming back to, the outreach work that you continue to do through your organization, my next question now is in understanding the impact. So far, how would you share the milestones on how Lens of, Hope has improved the lives of those who didn't just have issues of sight, but the idea of inaccess or unable to access, that that glasses that we all need to use.
So our vision is to make, eye care accessible, affordable, and inclusive for everyone, regardless of financial, situation or the location.
Mm,
And, we aim to build this by building strong partnerships with corporate individuals and, optometrists.
mm,
And a big part of our focus will also be in school screenings. That's something that Priyanka and I are working on, which we will be doing in the next term when schools open. School screenings, because poor vision is one of the most common reasons children
mm,
struggle in class. And by identifying these problems early and providing glasses, then we can give them a chance to learn and participate fully. um, and the mobile eye clinic also, which is something that's still a future initiative. We believe that it will be a huge factor in helping making eye care more accessible, and helping us improve access to eye care in South Africa. And another thing that we would like to do is, also just train community health workers in eye screening so that they can conduct basic, eye screenings to, remote locations, and that will also make eye care more sustainable and community driven as well.
Hmm. And coming back to you, Priyanka, I want to find out from you, looking at the fact that there is a day that commemorates World Sight Day. And this is, we all know, days like this are there to bring about awareness and just shed light on issues that usually go, swept under the rug. I want to find out from you in terms of how does the World Sight Day help in bringing global attention to the need for improved eye care access?
So, for World Sight Day, I think the message that we really want to share to everyone is that everyone has the power to make a difference. So, your support, whether it's donating an old frame, sponsoring a pair of glasses, or just helping us spread awareness, every small act of kindness can change someone's life. So,
Yeah.
at Mood Eyewear Optometrists, we're proud to be an official hub for Lens of Hope South Africa. So anyone can drop off their old frames. We're based in Claremont, in Cavendish in Cape Town. So even if you would like to book an appointment for an eye test or learn more about what we do or what we offer, you can visit our website on www.moodeyewear.co.za or find us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok at Mood Eyewear Optometrist. And I mean, this World Sight Day, let's remember together we can help more people see the
Yeah.
world much clearly, much more
Certainly.
clear.
And Ati, over to you. I want to find out what message do you think are most important to communicate to the larger public around World Sight Day?
So yeah, World Sight Day is a special opportunity for us to remind people that eye health is a vital part of overall health. And a lot of people only think about their vision when there's a problem, but prevention and regular eye tests, are actually very important, and they are key. And at Lens of Hope, we are actually running two campaigns for World Sight Day. We're working with a primary school, and we're running a sponsoring eye test campaign, where the school has identified a couple of kids who need glasses. So running a campaign where people can sponsor an eye test for those kids. And there's also an individual that we've been working closely, whose eye health has been deteriorating to the point where she's going blind, and she's already blind in one eye, and there's actually a surgery that can fix that. So we're raising funds, and if possible, if there's any eye care specialist or anyone who will be able to help with these campaigns, to bring vision to these people and help them during World Sight Day, during this campaign, that would be incredibly nice. And also, so you guys saw at the video at the beginning of the donations, there's a school, Holy Rosary School, who has chosen to honor World Sight Day by collecting 8,500 pairs of glasses, for Lens of Hope. And, it's just been truly amazing, the support that they've been giving us, and, seeing young people just participate and show so much compassion. And ultimately, World Sight Days is about reminding everyone that clear vision changes lives. And we want to encourage everyone, whether it's individuals, optometrists, or businesses, to get involved, because improving access to eye care truly takes, collective effort.
Hmm. And I think my next question is something that I believe looking into, South Africa, there's so many individuals who have in access to healthcare, education, and I think looking at our conversation, the idea of eye care, if not quality eye care at that. And I think this brings me to ask the both of you, and I think I'm going to start with you, Ati, with regards to how can various stakeholders, government, NGOs, private sector, really come together to collaborate to improve eye care accessibility?
Um, I think also just it will start with people being aware, because I was not aware that this is a problem before I
Mm,
needed glasses. So I think just people being aware that this is a problem, this is an issue, and it needs to be addressed. And then from there onwards, just working together, and it is possible. to bridge this gap. And we just need people to work together, be as a team. And there's just so many. I have so many ideas that I want to implement in Lens of Hope, which I cannot. And I have so many objectives and goals that I cannot accomplish alone. So I think that teamwork and collaboration is just working together is what's needed to accomplish this.
And Priyanka?
Yeah, I mean, like Achi said, collaboration is key. And I think with different optometrists as well, different in terms of healthcare professionalism, we can get as many people involved as possible. We can get the public involved. It, it's just anyone that's willing to be a part of this beautiful initiative. I think it's something that's a need. Affordability and accessibility in terms of eye care has been a need, and it's also the vision that I have for Mood Eyewear Optometrists, and it's also one of the reasons why I started the practice. So I think these small changes that we're implementing can really, really make a huge difference in the greater scheme of things to provide the eye care that we need to the less fortunate. And yeah, and I think that we're off to a good start.
This has been a lovely conversation, ladies, but I want to just close it off with another question. And I think this is to really reiterate and come back to what you ladies have been highlighting regarding awareness, the importance of awareness, the importance of collaborating, and the importance of really bridging the gap between, those who, have access to classes versus those who do not have access to classes. What would be your takeaway message for our viewers at home? I mean, we're speaking to individuals who, come from privilege and have access and have resources and have the ability to mobilize those resources. And you get, on the other hand, some of our viewers who do not have access, do not have information, and just do not know where to turn to. What would you like for them to take away from our conversation? And I'll start with you, Priyanka.
Okay. Yeah. So, as I said previously, your support, whether it's donating an old frame, sponsoring, or if you know of friends or family that do have frames or can make a contribution or donation to this beautiful initiative. I think, like we said, every small act can create a huge impact. So yeah, just if we are doing screenings at informal sites or underprivileged areas, we'd love to get the community involved in this, because it's not just, the optometrist or the healthcare professional. The more people on board we have, the greater impact we can create. So if you'd like to be part of our initiatives, if you'd like to donate, you can always come to us, contact us, email us. We will share our details with you.
Sure.
And yeah, we can just share our details, Lens of Hope and Mood Eyewear Optometrist. Feel free to connect with us. Feel free to share your ideas and thoughts going forward. We'd love the community involvement as much as possible. So
Certainly.
yeah.
And to you, Ati?
Yeah, no, I also totally agree with, Priyanka, the community being involved and, telling people, because I've also had people donating their frames and then they'll be like, oh, I have more frames to donate because I told my neighbor about it, or my moms have glasses to donate, which, has, been very helpful as well, that sense of community. I've also had student optometrists or students who just graduated sending me emails saying, we want to volunteer. We don't have much experience, but we want to be part of this. We want to help. So, just people coming together, the community coming together. And I think that's the way that, we can make an impact is, yeah, people coming together and working together and collaborating. Yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much really for taking out the time and sharing with us the beautiful work, impactful work that you ladies are currently doing. And we pray that it becomes something that grows to inspire many optometrists and many individuals to really start things that will really help us bridge a gap that really exists in our, society at large regarding those who have access versus those who do not have access. And not only in the front of, eye care, but also in education, also in healthcare, also in all things that are really, causing that instability in our societies. But thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Thank you so much for
So
having
much
us.
for having us. It's been such an honor. Thank you.
It's been a
Pleasure was all
pleasure.
ours. Viewers at home, that was the founder and director of Lens of Hope South Africa, Athi-Zilungile Adonis, as well as the CEO and founder of Mood Eyewear, Priyanka Cuppusamy, who are now sharing on how not only are they collaborating, but they're creating an impact and need your help and asking for your assistance in really making a more, forceful and more greater impact in society, especially when it comes to the aspect of eye care. Because after all, if you can't see, you know that as a driver, you're not going to get your license. As a learner, you're not going to be able to learn. So it's a hindrance of sorts. So yeah, let's come together, join hands, join efforts, and see and help such initiatives go through and really succeed in that way. But viewers at home, that's it from me for now. Let's head over to an ad break. We'll see you just after this.